Belfast Great Victoria Street is a major railway station serving the city centre of Belfast, Northern Ireland. It is one of two major stations in the city, along with Belfast Central, and is one of the four stations located in the city centre, the others being Belfast Central, Botanic and City Hospital. It is near Great Victoria Street, one of Belfast's premier commercial zones, and Sandy Row. It is in a more central position than Belfast Central, with the Europa Hotel, Grand Opera House and the Crown Liquor Saloon all nearby. History. The station is on the site of a former linen mill, beside where Durham Street crossed the Blackstaff River at the Saltwater Bridge. The Ulster Railway opened the first station on the 12th of August 1839. A new terminal building, probably designed by Ulster Railway engineer John Godwin, was completed in 1848. Godwin later founded the School of Civil Engineering at Queen's College. The station was Belfast's first railway terminus, and as such was called just Belfast until 1852. By then two other railway companies had opened termini in Belfast, so the Ulster Railway renamed its terminus Belfast Victoria Street for clarity. In 1855 the Dublin and Belfast Junction Railway was completed, making Victoria Street the terminus for one of the most important main lines in Ireland. The Ulster Railway changed the station name again to Great Victoria Street in 1856. In 1876 the Ulster Railway became part of the Great Northern Railway, making Great Victoria Street the terminus for a network that extended south to Dublin and west to Derry and Bundoran. Express passenger traffic to and from Dublin Connolly Station was always Great Victoria Street's most prestigious traffic. The GNR upgraded its expresses over the decades and in 1947 introduced the Enterprise non-stop service between the two capitals. As Belfast's suburbs grew, commuter traffic also grew in volume. In 1958, the Ulster Transport Authority took over Northern Ireland's bus and rail services. 3 years later Great Victoria Street Station was modernised, and a bus centre incorporated into the facility. Then in 1968, a large section of the 1848 terminal building was demolished to make way for the development of the Europa Hotel, which opened in 1971. In April 1976 Northern Ireland Railways closed both Great Victoria Street and the Belfast Queen's Quay terminus of the Bangor line and replaced them both with a new Belfast Central station. The remainder of Great Victoria Street Station was demolished. After a feasibility study was commissioned in 1986, it was agreed that a new development on the site, incorporating the reintroduction of the Great Northern Railway, was viable. The Great Northern Tower was built on the site of the old station terminus in 1992, and the second Great Victoria Street Station was opened on the 30th of September 1995. It is only yards from the site of its predecessor railway station. The current station has 2 island platforms providing a total of 4 platform faces. Platforms 2 and 3 run the full length of the site and open onto the station's main concourse. Platforms 1 and 4 are half the length and are accessible by walking down the other platforms. Great Victoria Street is the hub of Northern Ireland's suburban rail services, with Bangor Line, Derry to London Derry Line, Newry Line and Weekend Line trains all terminating there. Service. On Mondays to Saturdays, there are half-hourly services to Bangor Portadown on the Bangor and Portadown lines, with some Portadown-bound trains continuing on to Newry. There is also a half-hourly service on the Larne line, with the terminus alternating between Whitehead and Larne Harbour every half an hour. Derry-to Londonderry line trains operate hourly from Great Victoria Street, with the services alternating each hour between services to Londonderry Waterside and services to Coleraine, most of which continue to Portrush via the Coleraine-Portrush railway line. On Sundays, the Bangor, Larne and Portadown line services all reduce to hourly operation. Derry-to Londonderry line services reduced to 2-hourly operation, with only 7 trains running each way. All Derry-to Londonderry line trains operate to and from Londonderry Waterside on Sundays, except for the final train of the evening, which terminates at Coleraine. Rail Air Link railway access from Great Victoria Street at Sydenham links into George Best Belfast City Airport on the line to Bangor. Future Need Railways are to build a new train care facility next to Adelaide Station for its new Class 4000 diesel multiple units. The opportunity is being taken to improve the infrastructure at Great Victoria Street. The plan to begin with was to reduce the curves by realigning the track and moving the buffer stops and the route from the platforms to the concourse to the other side of Durham Street. Additionally, there were plans to add a 5th platform to the station, which would have culminated in enterprise services transferring from Belfast Central to Great Victoria Street. However, under TransLink's subsequent plan to build a new integrated transport hub, the proposal has expanded to the potential construction of a brand new 6 to 8 platform station on the site of the old Grosvenor Road freight depot, close to the existing station, because the existing site is too constrained for any further expansion. Rail and sea connections. Port of Belfast. The Port of Belfast has a Stena Line ferry connecting to Kenryan for the bus link to Stranraer and onward trains along the Glasgow South Western Line to Glasgow Central. Port of Larne. The Larne Line connects with Larne Harbour with P&O ferries sailing to Kenryan for the bus link to Stranraer and onward trains along the Glasgow South Western Line to Glasgow Central, as well as alternative sailings by P&O ferries to Troon, also on the Glasgow South Western Line to Glasgow Central. Europa Bus Centre. Great Victoria Street is part of a major public transport interchange, being adjacent to the Europa Bus Centre. This was built in 1991 as the ground floor level of a multi-storey car park. The bus centre is the Belfast terminus for most Ulster Bus Gold Line services in Northern Ireland. These serve various destinations that are not on the railway network, including Enniskillen, Banbridge, Omagh, Downpatrick, Cavan, Newcastle, Strabane and Armagh. Also, services from the bus centre serve both Belfast City Airport and Belfast International Airport directly. Ulster Bus runs joint services with Bus Éireann for its direct express service to Dublin and Dublin Airport, with National Express to Dumfries, Carlisle, Manchester, Birmingham, Milton Keynes and London, and with CityLink to Glasgow and Edinburgh. Gallery.